Hey guys, today we're going to start a new project that is actually going to create kind of an optical illusion. An optical illusion is something that plays tricks on your eyes. The way we're going to create this optical illusion is we are going to use positive and negative space, colors, and shapes. So first, let's talk a little bit about what positive and negative space are. We haven't really talked about that yet. So positive space is the part of the picture where the main focus is. What you're looking at in the picture is the positive space. And the part of the picture that surrounds that positive space, that's the negative space. All right, so we're going to use positive, negative space, we're going to use color, and we are going to use shapes to create our optical illusions. This is a really cool picture that uses positive and negative space. It's by an artist named M.C. Escher. If you look, it uses black and white to create these fish with their fins out wide like wings. In part of the picture, the black areas are the positive space, and in the other part of the picture, the white areas are the positive space, depending on where the focus is on the fish. All right, guys, here's what we're going to need to create our positive and negative space picture today. You are going to need a white piece of paper. You're going to need a pencil, and then you're going to need something black to color your picture in. Also, you're going to need something to trace. So it could be a circle or a square. The only thing is the thing that you choose to trace has to be just a little bit smaller than your hand. All right, you see how if I put this I'm going to use this round palette. This palette is just a little bit smaller than my hand. If you use something that's square, same thing. This little book I could use. Just make sure your hand kind of sticks out just a little bit beyond the size of that object. So here is how we are going to do it. You're going to start by using your hand. So you're going to take your hand and you are going to trace it in the middle of your paper, right? If you have somebody around to help you, you can have somebody help trace your hand. That's fine too. All right, so you're going to trace your hand in the middle of your paper. Now, my hand is probably much bigger than your hand, so it takes up a lot more space in the paper. So once you're finished tracing your hand, all you're going to do is just close your hand off by just rounding off that edge a little bit. And then you're going to take your tracer object and you're going to put it on top of your hand somewhere so that parts of your hand are still sticking out. You don't want to have your entire hand covered by your tracer. So you're going to take your tracer and trace around the outside of it. So now, part of your hand is inside of this tracer and part of your hand is outside of the tracer. All right? All right, now what you're going to do is you are going to trace around all of your pencil. I'm going to use this black Sharpie marker. It's totally okay if you do not use a black Sharpie marker. You could use a black crayon, you could use colored pencil, you could use anything you have at home as long as it's black. What you're going to do is trace along your pencil. So just go through, and anywhere where you see a pencil line, you are going to trace over it. Now that I've finished tracing all of my pencil lines, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually start coloring in the parts of my picture that are going to be black and leaving the parts of my picture that are going to be negative space white. So what I'm going to do is first I need to figure out which areas are going to end up being colored black. What you are going to do is any part of your hand that is sticking out of the circle or the square, whatever you traced, any part of your hand that's sticking out is going to end up being colored in black. So my fingertips that are sticking out, I'm going to color in all of them black. If you look here, the part of my thumb that sticks out, that's all going to get colored black. Even this little part of the bottom of my hand that sticks out, that is going to end up getting colored in black too. So let's start coloring it in right now. If you guys look, like I said, any part that is outside of the circle in your hand is going to be colored black. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move to the inside of the circle. What you are going to do is any part inside of your circle that is not a part of your hand is going to get colored black. So anything in the circle that is not a part of your hand is what is going to get colored in black now. So these areas, here, 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 and here, I'm going to color in black. So here's a look at my finished product of my positive and negative space hand. What we're going to do to finish it is, since we are artists, we are going to take our marker or crayon. We're going to sign our name at the bottom. Sometimes I think it's cool to write the year too. All right, guys, go ahead. I can't wait to see what you guys create.